A real problem in relationships with a narcissistic person is that people who are very narcissistic in their personalities tend to have this idea that if I'm in relationship with you, you should simply divine my needs and meet them. I shouldn't have to ask because I feel shame about asking. Shame is really at the root of narcissistic problems. If I say to them, when they complain about somebody, well, did you make your needs explicit? What I get back is, what do you mean needs? You see the shame and the contempt for their being a person with needs. And in couples therapy, I'll try to get them to actually say, here's what I would need from you. But it's really, really hard for them. They would prefer to stay in the position of, you did that wrong, you're just a loser.
It's not that difficult to understand. Fucking moron. Dumbass of all dumbasses, swear to God.
I just thought you should know that. That you have regrets. Yeah, I have regrets. Why?
You will be judged as not as good as you promised to be, and then punished for that.
You're just going to keep hurting people. That's not true. Jimmy, this is what you do. You hurt people over and over and over, and then there's this show of remorse. It's not a show. I know you don't think it's a show. I don't doubt your emotions are real. But what's the point of all the sad faces and the gnashing of teeth? If you're not going to change your behavior, and you won't, why not just skip the whole exercise? In the end, you're going to hurt everyone around you. You can't help it. So stop apologizing and accept it. Embrace it. Frankly, I'd have more respect for you if you did. What about you, Chuck? You didn't do anything wrong?
Mr. Martin, maybe let's not get off track.
No, this is why I resent all your nonsense. Where you wanted to decide, oh, how much do I work? And you wanted me to wear your GoPro around as I clean to see, oh, let's see what kind of job he does. Let's see how many hours he spends working. What are you talking about? Yeah. When you were just thinking, oh, you don't do anything. I do so much around here. You don't do anything. Okay, you want to show how much you do? And you had a GoPro at the time. And you say, I never had a GoPro. You had a GoPro. Or not a GoPro. I forget what the name is. A recorder? Yeah, probably. And then that. What did you have to do with that? That had to be 10 years ago.
How many years have you been angry? Like you're angry about everything. Do you remember 3 years ago when we went on vacation? Do you remember that time? Do you remember that? Do you remember last week you promised you were going to pick that up for me? Do you remember that? And do you remember when our child was born? I mean, it's like, you just go back, you just go back, and you just go back, you just go back, and you just start digging. You just go back, and you just...
I also, when I talk about the cup, I remind you of the shoes and of the friend you didn't call back and of what your mother told me 17 years ago. And I do what is called kitchen sinking, meaning I pile up all the dirty dishes in the sink at the same time so that at the end we have no idea what we're actually fighting about. It began with the cup of water, and it ended up with the day that you broke up with me when we were going on our first date.
You just go back and you just start digging for that, because anger is one of those emotions. You just search for all the reasons. We want to stop that from happening. So you go to step 3 and you take that breath. You activate your parasympathetic nervous system and you take that breath and you bring that hijacked experience down a little bit, so that your prefrontal cortex can help you to problem solve and make sense out of it and do something. Because when you're hijacked, how many of you experienced that hijack, honestly? And there's no coming back. I'm going for the jugular.